All right, and good day, everyone, and welcome to Truly Live on this beautiful Thursday with your co-host and co-founders, Oliver and Yolanda Blue, and we will be right
What's the deal with all this drama? Like you supposed to be my mama. And you supposed to be my sister. And you supposed to be my brother. Loving one another, I thought, but nowadays I'm caught deep in thought. Cause things don't act like they ought. Take me back, Lord, to the first when family reunion was on Sunday at the church. Cause things seem strange instead of familiar. Instead of edifying, saints want to kill ya. See you dying, and I'm crying out for those who knows how the spirit of God flows. With love, agape, and I pray that we will unite and form a holy posse and do this thing for the newborn king, giving hope to the meek through the door he brings.
Good deal. Tell me why is it so hard to keep it real when we are plugging up? Jesus Christ loves us for the Bible tells us so. What's the deal? Tell me why is it so hard to keep it real? Let's put our faith to work and show this world the church. Yeah.
Just get along, maybe not in the world cause it's wicked and wrong, but in Christ we have life, so let's live it. Freely we've been given it, so freely let's give it a shock this nation, while they behold the peace in the midst of our congregation. All in together now, singing, bringing hope, got the devil on the rope, tag demon, steaming with the spirit that be burning our bones, praying that he never ever leaves us alone. So stop sinning, stop tripping, put on the whole armor of God and get thoroughly equipped and flip the script and read new, stay true, cause under the clear blue there ain't nothing new. Word doers do. How's about you on the grill? Tell me what's the deal?
What's the deal? Tell me why is it so hard to keep it real when we are plugging up? Jesus Christ loves us for the Bible tells us so. What's the deal? Tell me why is it so hard to keep it real? Let's put our faith to work and show this world a church. Yeah.
So while you're out there wondering if God's gonna do what he's already doing, cause he already knew One day you were gonna be his child, and one day you were gonna see these trials. So it's best to be safe and stay in God's grace, not walking by sight, kid, but walking by faith. Not being stressed when the world try to press. Just keep in mind, yo, it's only a test. How do we look? Preaching the good book. When things start shaking, we the ones shook. When the heat start baking, we the ones cook. I never seen the righteous begging bread oversook. I'd rather be hot, mean, blind, lame, standing before God without blame, than having my whole body casting the hell's fire from following the world, seeking those evil desires. Nah.
Tell me why is it so hard to keep it real when we are getting young? Jesus Christ loves us, what the Bible tells us so. What's the deal? Tell me why is it so hard to keep it real? Let's put our faith to work and show this world the truth. Yeah.
What's the deal with all this drama? Like you supposed to be my mama, and you supposed to be my sister, and you supposed to be my brother, loving one another. I thought, but nowadays I'm caught deep in thought, cause saints don't act like they ought. Take me back, Lord, to the first, when family reunion was on Sunday at the church. Cause things seem strange, instead of familiar, instead of edifying. Saints want to kill you, see you dying, and I'm crying out for those who knows how the Spirit of God flows with love for God's faith. And I pray
Truly, the real you loves you. 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 Truly.
All right, and good evening, everyone. Truly, the real you loves you because the real you is love. We are blurry, aren't we? Well, we'll take care of that. Just hang on one moment, everyone. You don't like blurry. Hang on a second. Ta-da! We can see clearly now.
And that's all we can do.
Well, good evening, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Truly Live with your co-founders and co-hosts, Oliver and we just thank you for being here. We're so happy and grateful that this moment has come and that you are here with us. And here at Truly Live, it is all about transformation. It's all about staying on our what? staying on our growing edge is all about sharing a whole lot of love. It's all about love.
All about
Wow. There was a song that was sung by one of my favorite groups, and it talked about all about love. Yes. So,
you're not letting me do comments?
oh yeah, comments for your best friend, and we
Oh,
got
you're
quite a
all
few.
this.
We got quite a few comments out
I
there.
can't interact with you because
Oh,
you have the keyboard.
all right. There you go.
Hello, everyone. Oh, wow, I love this.
Hello, hello,
You know what?
hello.
Let's start out a little bit. I love this. This is what we do. There's my good friends and patrons in Indiana, Bob and Carol, love and virtual close to
All
everyone.
right.
There's another patron, Naomi says, hello, everyone. And of course, Carol and Naomi, and then our dear friends from Canada.
And dear friend, she is. Hello, Virginia.
Virginia says, dear friend and patron. Virginia says, good evening to everyone. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. Virginia is so happy.
We're so happy that you're here.
As a matter of fact, Carol says, "You agree?" Naomi says, hello, Oliver and Yolanda.
Hello,
Naomi
Naomi.
is here from Charlotte. Hello. Another picture. And then here's my good friend and patron, Diane Harrison. She
Hello,
says, good
Diane.
evening, everyone. Hello, Diane. So glad that you're here. Difference maker. And Linda, another patron and good friend from Canada, says, so glad that you're in here. Linda, we're so glad you're here. Oh, they're not hearing me.
They're not
They're
hearing
not
you?
hearing Yolanda. Thank you, Carol. See, this is what our friends do. Carol says, we're not hearing Yolanda. So let's make
Oh,
circle.
my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
All right, give us a thumbs up if you can hear both of us now.
That was a user error on
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're going to keep going. Another patron and Ram Sheila says, "Good evening everyone."
Thumbs up if we can hear both Yolanda and I.
Brenda says it's good. So
Okay.
I think we're good now.
Wow.
Thank you guys. So see our patrons. Oh, Sheila Johnson says this is better.
Oh,
so see
wow.
our patrons are such good friends. They help us with the production. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Hello everyone.
Yeah, this is a two-person show, and there's a lot to be done on game day, and sometimes we just miss a step or two, right? This technology,
Mhm.
it can be something else. This technology, and but it's been good to us, and we thank you for keeping us uh, aware
Yes.
when we're not looking good or sounding good. And but tonight,
Well, they can't even see. Oliver looks so good tonight. He has on these. I wish you could see his whole outfit. His pants are so nice.
you like our pants?
I do. I like the
They
whole
feel
outfit.
good, don't they?
They do. They do. They look so good. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Thank you, Carol. She said okay now.
thank you. Thank you so much. And welcome everyone. And also like to acknowledge those that may be listening in and not a part of our Patriot group, or you just maybe a regular listener, or you may have just tuned in tonight for the first time. We welcome you and thank you for joining us for this hour where we gather together in this community to be expanded in our awareness where what relevant information is concerned. Here, there's inspiration, there's transformation, and our goal is to leave away from here empowered to live our best life.
Yes.
And so we welcome all of you out there.
Oh, Dr. Jill has gotten on.
Another patron is on
Look
tonight.
at here, another patron. Dr. Jill says, "Good evening, y'all. Just got back to NC. Welcome back
Welcome
home
back home
to where God lives and plays
Yes.
in North Carolina."
and where the colors are just so vibrant and beautiful. Oh my God,
Yes.
I have enjoyed this fall, this autumn season more than any fall or autumn season in my entire life. I can actually say that.
I'm so glad you said that. And I'm gonna qualify what I said quickly. Don't anyone get upset when I said North Carolina is where God lives and plays. That is a scripture that says, "Wherever we are, there He is with us." So if He's not with you all, y'all need to check that because He's here in North Carolina with us.
Well, we know that. Well, we know that. We know that love's presence is everywhere.
Oh, Dr. Jill said, "Food is great here,"
Yeah.
and along with everything else, Dr.
Yes.
Jill.
Yes. We,
Hello, everyone.
yeah. Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Well, good to see
So
you.
I'm,
Well,
I'm
hello,
going.
Yolanda.
I know, I know. I had a little situation where we had to run out and go and address my dad earlier today. So Oliver actually thought he was going to have to do the program all by himself,
Yes.
but my dad said he said I got it together.
Yes.
So,
And so here we are tonight. Both of us have a little soreness in our arms because we went and visited the booster man today.
yeah, we got a little booster.
And got another level of vaccination, and
And
not
it's all
feeling
good.
not feeling any effect other
So
than
you just make sure you don't bump this one.
yeah, not feeling any
Which side
effect.
did you get?
I got the left side.
So this is the first time that we've gone and we've not gone together. We've
Yeah,
always
that's
been
true.
there to support and encourage each other. As Oliver says, "Ooh, Yolanda, I'm going to hold your hand so you don't cry." I'm not going to cry, but that's what he says, and he videotapes and he's like, "Look, guys," he sends it to our adult children. He said, "Look, guys, Mom didn't cry. She was a big girl."
Yeah, and I called you today immediately after I got my
You
injection.
did.
And what did I say?
You said, "I didn't even feel the needle go in."
This is the first time I felt nothing. I didn't even know she had done it.
Oh wow.
I said, "You good, lady?
Okay.
I'm coming back to see you."
Okay.
But anyway, oh my goodness, what a day, what a season again. This fall season, uh, this just this present moment for me is like, um, it's like, and I don't know, maybe some of you out there feel the same way. And I can honestly say that um, I've never had this level of awareness in my life where I feel so comfortable and at peace with myself, so comfortable in my skin. I have dissolved all identity uh, issues that I've had in the past. Um, I feel like that every opportunity that has presented itself for me to walk in forgiveness, I've done that. And I'm just at peace. And I'm joyful, I'm cheerful, I'm happy.
You're a lot of fun now.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
so, I'm the product of what we're teaching here. I mean, so we're teaching what we are experiencing. And,
So it's working, y'all.
and so it's working. It works.
As Dr. Jill says, it's working, y'all.
Yeah. It is in the practicing of these principles that we teach here at Truly Live that you come to find that they are true.
Yes.
It comes through the practicing. And having a direct experience of peace, because remember last week we said that peace is the goal.
Yes.
In mindfulness.
Yes.
Peace is the goal. And in whatever form that shapes itself in my life, it is shaping it in such a way that in every area of my life that I can have the experience regardless of what emerging or rising in the day, regardless of what news come out,
Right.
regardless of what may be happening over here, over there, doesn't matter. I understand that if I stay centered in the truth that is true always, we talk here about the oneness that we have with our Creator and with each other.
Yes.
And that's so simple. Life can be so simple. But we have complicated it and we have made it so complex, but it can be so simple. And that's what this whole process of transformation and renewing the mind is all about, because life really is lived through the capacity of the mind. And that's why we've spent 5 weeks on the subject of, or the topic of mindfulness. And tonight we're going to spend week 6.
Oh, week 6.
We're going to spend week 6. And so fasten your seatbelt.
I thought we were done.
Fasten your seatbelt. There is something that was downloaded and we want to share.
All right then.
And we want to share tonight. So if you're here for the first time, we are the Blues, and we are certified transformational coaches. We are conference speakers. We are spiritual teachers. And most of all, we are what? We are practitioners. We practice
Yes.
what we teach. And it is in the practice that we have the direct experience of these principles that we teach. We are principle centered uh, uh, business company that is called Truly OB. And Yolanda and I use Truly OB as a way to have this unique expression in the world whereby we can serve humanity. And we have chosen the field of transformational coaching and spiritual um, awareness and advanced teaching of spiritual ideas.
Truly stands for the real
The
you
real you,
loves you.
because
The real you
is
is
love.
love.
And so we share timeless content, universal principles, transformational practice, and community access with others who are committed to experiencing a deeper and more meaningful life. Um, we are attracted by those or to those who are have an interest in their own personal growth and in getting results in the six core areas of life that we have identified
Yes.
here on our platform. But I think what's really neat about us is that we are fun loving.
You
Do
always
you think we're
smile. You
fun loving?
always smile when you say that.
Because we are.
Yes.
We are fun loving and we are dance loving. And we have learned to lean into what? Laughter?
Laughter. Yeah.
Yes. You can't take this experience, this journey in life too serious. If you take
No.
it too serious, you get uptight and it creates anxiety, right? And so there has to be some levity, right?
A little
Some
levity. A
fun.
little
You gotta have a little
levity.
fun, right?
Yes. Yes.
And so we have leaned into that over our 31 years, 32 years of marriage and friendship and partnership and roommates. And it has gotten us through some of our challenging time, and it'll do the same for you.
Yes.
There is a scriptural reference that says, "What laughter doeth good,
Like a medicine.
just like medicine." Like a spoonful of what?
Medicine.
A spoonful of
A
sugar.
sugar
Right.
makes the medicine go
It
down.
makes
Sorry.
life so much easier. So try it. I'm sure that you will enjoy it. And with that, sweetheart, would you like to share with the viewers our why? Why do we do this? I mean, why would we, you know, why would we come out here live week in and week out and open our life up uh, to a virtual community like this? Why do we do this?
So we want people to know that their life has deep meaning and good purpose. We help people to consider and pursue results that matter to them so that they live a focused life with purposed attention. Our passion is to help those who remain outside, unknowing, unawakened, and in need of a witness to the truth that is true always. We love sharing a powerful message with a powerful people, and you are that powerful people.
Yes. And speaking of powerful people, we'd like to make a special acknowledgement again for all of our patrons that are with us tonight, all of our friends and family, those that, and if you're out there, please, the chat, the comments are open where you can just enter and interact with us.
Yes, we're having a little conversation right now.
Yeah.
Yes, we're having a little conversation about t-shirts right now.
Okay, well, that's cool. And but this is an interactive platform, so your input is encouraged.
So I'm going to put this one up. Virginia says laughter never fails. So let's play and have fun. Yes, yes, Virginia. That's what
Yes,
we're going to do.
that's what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's another one we don't have permission for.
Hey, I get inspired.
Okay, Naomi. Naomi, we're going to get you during that week. Okay.
Absolutely. Oh, we
Okay,
got a
okay.
patron's
I
birthday this
do.
month?
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Thank you for letting us know,
Thank you.
Naomi.
Thank you.
Put this in here.
Yes. Yes. Listen, if you get on Yolanda's calendar,
you better believe that it will be remembered. And look like you're going to have to add another one.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I will do it. Let's go ahead
Absolutely.
and do this right
Absolutely.
now.
And that would be the same week, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Don't you love it?
I love it.
All right.
And while we're transitioning here, next Thursday,
Yes.
we're going to have a guest, and hopefully that you put that on your calendar. We're going to have what we think a very important guest that's going to come and share with us on next Thursday.
Our guests are as important as our audience.
As our audience, yes. But we
yes.
bring these additionals on for your expanded growth and awareness and encouragement.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So, okay, look like you're going to have to fill your calendar up for
That's
November.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll get it done. We will get it done. All right.
Also like to acknowledge all those that are celebrating a birthday this week. We say happy birthday to you, or even those that are celebrating an anniversary. And I think we've had a niece that we want to give a shout out for to celebrate her birthday this week.
Yes, our niece Shannon.
Shannon.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
So.
we call her Shan Shan. So happy birthday, Shan Shan. And we wish you many, many more.
Oh my goodness. And okay, so there are all these birthdays that are coming up, but I'm going to put this one up because our dear friends in Indiana, their son Brian's birthday is today.
Well, wow. Well,
and he lives in Harrisburg, North Carolina.
He lives right out.
So
yes.
we're going to sing happy birthday
to
Brian.
Absolutely.
And to Shannon and to everyone else who's had a birthday this week.
Yes.
We're singing, while we're singing happy birthday, we also are saying happy anniversary and congratulations and all of that. So are you ready, Oliver?
Yes.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy
birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
All right. Happy birthday to all of you.
Dr. Jill says happy birthday to those celebrating.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And
all right.
At this time, we just like to recognize two dear people that are just so dear to us, and that is our parents. My mom, we call her Mama Blue, and to Yolanda's dad, we call Papa. And we just like to acknowledge them at this time. And they are the ones somewhat responsible for us sitting here right now. Because without their, creativity, we wouldn't be here.
That's right.
And their creation ability.
That's right.
We wouldn't be here. So hello, Mama. I know you're watching. Hello, Papa.
We've had a good time with her. We were all on together on Tuesday night.
Yes.
And she's still excited about her celebration,
yes.
as she should be.
Yes.
It was a glorious time, and
yes.
she so deserves it.
Yes. Now we're going to move on to what we call our moment of gratitude, and we always love to what we call set the mood by using and expressing our gratitude and our thanks and appreciation for just being here, for all that we have experienced, for all that we are, for the very life that we have, and the opportunity to have this unique experience. And so Yolanda and I are so happy and grateful for everything.
Yes.
And because we realize that it is everything that we have experienced that has put us in this present moment. And we're thankful for all of that, all of it. And we're so happy for you guys being here with us. So if you're happy and grateful today about whatever, and you want to share it with us, you can just share that in the chat, and we'll share it with our audience.
Yes.
Because we've learned that gratitude is the easiest way to change the environment and to bring an environment. It'll lift an environment from a low vibrational level to a very
Very high.
high
Yes.
vibrational level just by being thankful in the moment. And it brings us to the present moment,
Mm-hmm.
and it connects us to everything in the universe.
Yes. Yes.
Everything. It connects us to everything in the universe. All right.
All right. Are we ready to get into
Yeah, we're ready to
tonight's
get into
subject?
tonight's teaching, our truly life lesson. Again, it's going to be a continuation. And
I'm gonna read Dr. Jill's. She said she's happy and grateful for safe travels. We're happy and grateful that you're home safely as well.
yes,
Hope that you had the experience that you wanted to have as you went out there,
yes,
as she traveled.
absolutely.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so our truly life lesson tonight will be, you know, another. Um, it will be another part 6 of this huge subject of mindfulness, which I don't think you could ever exhaust the conversation around this subject. It is so huge. It is so central to all of our life, right?
Mm-hmm.
The mind and its working and its um, capacity and its abilities. And pretty much, I've come to the conclusion that we live life through the mind. That's where all decisions are made. That's where the decisions are made that determine our experiences, our results, our attitude, right?
Yes.
It all happens through our navigation of this. We have described the mind as being a what? A vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how did we define that? Remember about
We said that
that the mind is an
the
activating
activating agent.
agent of
Yeah.
thought. It is the realm of where thought occurs. And you know, like I know, there's a tremendous amount of traffic. You're talking about a traffic jam. Just think about the amount of thoughts that we have to manage, navigate on a daily basis. Just one individual. So can you imagine 8 billion people on the planet and all the different thoughts that are being navigated on a daily basis? Uh, and how do we manage that? Um, how do we understand that? And but we understand that uh, that again that the mind we described it as, and this was in week 1, the activating agent of thought that supplies creative energy. So we get our creativity through the realm of the mind. We also said that the mind is the element of being that has access to the divine and to the perceptual world. So this is how we access this perceptual world, this sensual world, right?
Mhm.
This world of form. We access it through the mind. We interpret what is informed through the mental capacity, right?
Right.
And then we also have access to the divine, or to that which is referred to as infinite intelligence. We access that also through the mind. We also talked about in week 3 that no one has ever seen the mind. When we started this study, no one had ever. We said that no one had ever seen it without an image of it. Without an image of anything, there is confusion. We said that life and our experience of life is all about our marvelous mind.
Yes.
That the mind is a marvelous agent. It's a marvelous vehicle. And we also said that it becomes life changing when we understand the functionality of the conscious and the subconscious mind.
Yes.
And so we came here not having an image of the mind. And so when there is no image, there's confusion. But after 5 weeks of sharing the information that we've shared, and if you're here for the first time, you can go back and watch the replays.
Mm-hmm.
But we have through a simple image, using a stickman image that was provided to us by Thurman Fleet, who designed this concept so to help us to understand the mind, where it is, what it is, how does it function, how do we align with it, and how do we use it in service for our full expression. And then we talked about the body is merely the instrument of the mind, that the
Yes.
body is really neutral. It's a neutral instrument by which the mind now carries out its what? Its its desires through the body.
Yes.
And then we talked about this process where everything begins with thought, which it which eventually it affects the way we feel. We go from thoughts to feelings, and then from our feeling tone, we said it creates or inspires or induces action, the actions that we take, and then those actions determine the results in our life. It's a great formula to understand in the process, a linear formula to understand what is always present. And last week we talked about that how this simple illustration that we got to give us an image to help us to understand. It said how this simple illustration is useful into our everyday living.
Mhm.
And that if we understood this and applied the concept that we have shared these last 5 weeks, if we apply them, it said it can reveal to us a wonderful world of freedom and unlimited possibilities in the 6 core areas of our life.
Mhm.
And we, in here at Truly Live, we have developed that there are 6 core areas in life, and I'm sure there's more, but these are the 6 that we use, that everything can be actually placed under one of these categories. First of all, having to do with love and relationships. And all of us are in relationships. In fact, we came here in a web of relationships.
Oh, yes.
And we're probably still in a web of relationship, which includes family and friends and co-workers and community and faith communities. And, you know, we're just tied into relationships with people. We're not an island unto ourselves. We live in a community. We're born into a community. So we have to learn how to navigate within these different communities, right?
Mhm.
We said that using the principles of this schematic can help us with the way that we relate to time and what money,
Yes.
freedom. We said that we can take these concepts and ideas and apply them to our health and wellness. How do we think about our health and wellness? What does it mean? How do we feel about it? Because eventually it will affect our what results.
Yes.
We talked about spiritual awareness and how we now understand how the mind works. We now can use the mind in service for our spiritual growth. How about our skill set? How about our vocation, our jobs, our careers?
Mhm.
Now that we understand how the mind can be used to make us even a more uh, effective expression within our jobs and our careers, now we can use our minds in the service of expanding our impact in our jobs and our careers. And then finally, in the area of service, service is basically how we choose to uplift humanity from a collective standpoint. What is our contribution to create a better world, a better community, a better family, a better home, a more peaceful and joyful environment? What do we do? So it is the mind by which what we're able to design uh, a way to be of service to humanity and to one another. That was kind of an overview for those that may be here for the first time, or a review of what we have shared. Last week we also shared that. Uh, Let me put this up on the screen.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, let me remove that. Sorry about that. And that's what I want to share. When we first started the study on mindfulness, we said that mindfulness is to be active in what we are seeing, or to be attentive in what we are seeing and hearing and feeling and perceiving, and how we are responding to the thoughts that are what arising in our mind. How we define mindfulness. But then we went on to say at the end of last week that we have concluded from what we have shared that the ultimate goal of mindfulness is what?
Peace.
Is peace. The ultimate goal of mindfulness is peace. Are you paying attention?
I was actually typing something to
Okay.
to put up, and you took all of my controls away.
Okay.
So
Well, so last week we kind of concluded after being in this conversation for 5 weeks that really the goal of, did you move my slide?
did I move your
I
slide?
think you did.
Oops.
We said that the
Oops.
goal or the ultimate goal of mindfulness is peace. The ultimate goal of the mind is to be at peace with itself,
Yes.
which includes exercising our will to design and live a life based on core values that we deem important to us.
Mhm.
And we also said that it is our freedom, i.e., our ability, which what Yolanda likes to use, and I like it too, that it is mindfulness is our ability to choose again. And so where there is not a sense of peace, we know that that result in something that has what something that we have entertained in our thinking. And so we go back to the process, we go back to the source, which is always in the thought, and we remind ourselves and we recenter ourselves in that which we know to be true and true always about us and about all humanity. And we make that correction. And that is done, you know, that is something that we practice. That is a practice, one of the practice that Yolanda and I have used. We call it, first of all, what? Taking the pause.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
because, you know, within your mind, within your feelings, within your emotion, if something is kind of off center, it will show up in your thought life and it will show up in the way you feel. And these are just what indicators that something is somewhat off center. And
Yes.
so we teach here that, you know, the best way when you recognize it, here's one of the principles we teach. You notice what you what?
Notice
You
what you're
notice what you're
noticing.
noticing. You notice that, you notice that something is not right.
You need to come back so we can get back into the
Oh,
screen. There you
okay.
go.
Well, let's get hooked up here, you know. So you notice
Oh
what you're
gosh.
noticing, and when you notice that there is something off, then using that schematic that we gave you to return back to your thought life, your feelings, the actions, and then you realize where you may have been somewhere off center, and then we just recenter ourselves based on what is true about us. So we continue. We always are choosing again, making adjustment, just like an airplane that's going
Yes.
from east coast to west coast. It doesn't get there on a straight line.
No.
It gets off course, but it makes a course correction en route. And so in life, it's all about what? Making corrections when we get off center.
Yes.
So tonight we want to share one more element of on the subject. Did you have a question?
Are we done with this slide?
We're done with that
Okay, I'm
slide.
gonna let you remove that one.
Okay.
'Cause I
We're done with that slide.
yeah, Carol, so this is also helpful and enlightening.
Yeah.
And Brenda, of course, agrees with that. But then uh here's another dear friend. Sue says freedom to choose again is true freedom, no matter what your current circumstance is. That is what freedom is.
That is what freedom is. Is Sue with us tonight?
Sue's with us tonight.
Well, hello,
There she
Sue.
is. Hello,
All
Sue.
right.
Yeah. Love it. Don't you love it?
Don't I love it?
I know.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna put this up here. I gotta whoops.
All right.
Okay.
So tonight we want to add one more element to this whole conversation because we realized this week, as we were continuing our study in this, we wanted to we realized that there was an essential part that we didn't really spend time on, and so we want to do it tonight. We made mention of it when we said that the mind it is through the mind that we have access to the perceptual as well as what the divine
Yes.
the divine world, the perceptual world, which is form, and then the divine world, which is formless.
Mhm.
But we didn't really introduce that and we didn't really give some conversation around that. So we're going to do that tonight. So um, if you remember, we started with this illustration.
Okay. So then that means I have to do this since you're doing that.
Okay, we started with this illustration,
If you do that, I'm going to lose.
which was given to us by Dr. Thurman Fleet. I want to give him credit for developing this image that helps us to understand the mind and how it works. You good?
No. 1 second. 1 second. All right. And if I had known, I would have already had it up. All right. Now,
Okay.
you may do what you
So
like.
that illustration came from Dr. Thurman Fleet to help give us an image. Now we got an image of that we can hold on to understand what the mind and how it works. And then we went on to fill in the blanks a little bit to say that the top portion of that represented the conscious mind, the bottom portion, the subconscious mind, and then the body. And that the conscious mind is where our five physical senses operate, is where our six uh, mental faculties, uh, the imagination, intuition, reason, will, memory, and perception. That's where that happens in the conscious mind. And then we describe the subconscious mind, or which we call the emotional mind, which is where that is the part of the
So,
mind.
so if you
Mhm.
if we're going to do this, go ahead and go to this one because then they get to see
Okay. Um,
that
yes,
one there.
right.
Do that one. Yeah,
So
yeah.
remember, the top portion represent where our thoughts, where we engage in thoughts. This is the part of the mind where we receive information, data. It's the thinking mind. It's the part of our mind where we can actually accept or reject an
Yes.
idea. Uh, it's also the part of the mind where the six our six mental faculties,
Which you've already done, but
which we
that's
talked
also
about.
where our five physical senses
That's where
are.
the five physical senses, the hearing, the seeing, the smelling, the taste, and the touch, this all operates in our conscious mind. In other words, we are consciously aware of these sensibilities.
And I think the most important thing that we went over is that when information is impressed with repetition and emotion in our conscious mind, that's how it gets passed into our subconscious
And
mind.
that's how it gets to the subconscious
Yeah.
mind, through repetition and
Emotion.
right. What we get emotionally involved with eventually goes into the subconscious mind, but we're not aware of it.
So then
And
when we get to the subconscious mind,
we
we'll
get
do
to
a
the
quick
subconscious
review.
mind. We talked about that. This is the emotional part
Yeah.
of the mind.
It's where our feelings
It
are.
works within our feelings, and it must accept all information.
It does not have the option to reject like
Right.
the conscious mind. The conscious mind can accept or reject
Right.
information.
It-
The subconscious mind accepts all information
that is impressed upon it
through repetition and emotion.
through repetition and
repetition and
emotion.
emotion. That's what's so important. It accepts all of the information that's given to it through repetition and emotion. So whatever it is that you're thinking about over and over and over again, and that you have emotion with, that is what your body will then be impressed upon to do.
Right, because the emotion, it is the subconscious mind that controls the vibration of the
Yep.
body.
Yep.
And that's what the body will get involved with. And we also said that last week that every cell in your body is connected to the subconscious mind.
That's right.
Okay, every cell in our body. So that's why that what we think and how we feel eventually will affect our physicality. It
And
will eventually, right?
this explains some questions that we have frequently when we'll say, "What in the world made someone do something?" It is this. It is what is thought about repeatedly and that is thought about with emotion that gets into the subconscious mind that then drives the body
Right.
to
It-
take the action.
It drives the body, impress upon the body to take the action.
So the body is the doing part of our personality.
Right.
And the vibration of the body is decided by thoughts held in the subconscious mind. These are thoughts with emotion, and the body controls the actions and behavior part of our personality.
Yes. And so that is why one can want to do one thing. You could have an intention of doing one thing, and then when the time comes, you do the exact
You do
opposite.
something else,
Why?
yeah.
Because it is that which is in your subconscious that is actually making the decision. That
Yep.
is actually what is running our life.
Yep.
And we are not aware of it. Why? Because it is in the subconscious. We are not consciously aware of that. We're still affected by some trauma or drama or emotional experience that we had many years ago. And so we don't understand why I feel this way or why am I acting this way,
Yeah.
right?
And it can be
And-
incredibly irrational.
Right. And it becomes habitual.
Yeah. And then we don't think that there is a way for us to get out of that.
Right.
But there is.
But there is.
Yeah.
And because without the knowledge, it's hard to find a way out.
Yeah.
That's why, it is so important to expand our
Mhm.
knowledge, expand our awareness.
Mhm.
And so tonight I want to introduce an updated version of this schematic. And so we want to add a very important part here that we kind of omitted to discuss.
I was just trying to get that off. That was all.
Okay, just click it right there. Outside of it, yeah.
Mhm.
So tonight we wanted to add this important piece because as I was kind of closing out the series and I began to still look at some of the information, I realized that we kind of omitted this, and not by purpose.
Mhm.
Remember, we said earlier that the mind is the place that has access to the physical world or perceptual world, and then the world of the divine world. And so, even if you look into some of the psychological studies that have been done on the mind, the superconscious is always mentioned. And basically, what the superconscious is, when we say the superconscious, we're talking about that we're referring to the divine. This is the part of the mind that receive impulses from the divine, or from what we call infinite intelligence, or from what we say, well, this is the information we get from the spirit or from God, however, whatever terminology you may use, inspiration, intuition, and that this part of the mind, this information that we get from the divine realm is usually referred to as revelation.
Okay.
You've all heard the word revelation. What is revelation? It's something that is revealed. It's not something that is known, but it's something that is revealed. And so it is the aspect of the mind that revelation is revealed and shared not only with our conscious mind, but it's also shared with our subconscious mind. And that's why I left the opening there, because in other words, divine information can come to us through revelation. And a lot of time it's coming to intervene in our life because we need this information, we need this inspiration to, in many cases, to help us to become unstuck
Okay.
in a situation. And so it's information that you don't get from study. It's information that you don't get from, the perceptual world, by studying matter. But this is the information that comes directly from the source of all life that knows all things. And so it says revelation is a direct communication that unites us with this divine intelligence. It says revelation is highly personal and generally not transferable to others. In other words, all of us are individuals, right? And all of us have an individual life, an individual path. We got individual circumstances. We got individual challenges. And in many cases, what we need to know is not readily available to us. And we can't figure it out ourselves. And that's where the inspiration of the spirit or inspiration comes from divine intelligence that knows all things. And this information is generally personal. When we say it's personal, last week we talked about prayer being what? Stillness and quietness. We've all heard that there is it's in stillness and quietness. This where we can hear. We can generally when we suppress the noises and the voices in this world, that we can generally hear the voice of our true self, or the voice of the spirit, or the voice. So again, it's talking about receiving revelation about a particular situation in your life that can help you transcend that situation. So it's generally it's personal to you. It's not, and that's why, from my experience, Yolanda experience, and all of our experiences, that we have in certain situations have no idea what to do, what our next step should be, and all of a sudden we get this inspired idea or inspired information, and when we act upon it, it is the very thing that gets us moving and gets us out of the situation that we're in. This is inspired information, and so we say that this is the superconscious part of us that shares and reveals information to the conscious and the subconscious mind. Because without this, it's called grace in spiritual communities. It's where if something supernatural don't happen, some miracle don't happen in my life, something's going to really go wrong here. And so this is kind of how you can look at it. So it's like direct communication from God, or direct communication from, like we said, the infinite intelligence. If you think about it, for example, every new discovery happens and has happened. History has shown this. If you look at, for example, the incandescent light, what was the creator there? I'm putting you on the spot.
You said you're talking about
the light, the first light. Who developed the first light? Or we'll say the airplane, the flying, the first plane, the first flight. The Wright brothers.
They did the first flight.
Right. Or you look at who created the first automobile. Ford. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. All these breakthroughs that we've had through history, the information to develop these ideas came through inspiration from infinite intelligence that you couldn't find in books, or you couldn't find from studying the physical world. But it was inspired information that has gotten into someone who was inspired to discover, right, or to bring an idea, right, into manifestation, like the creation of lights, or the first automobile, or the first flights, or you look at these computers that we now, all of us, have in our pocketbooks and in our pockets and in our hands all the time. The information to develop that, I'm sure, is part of inspired information that came from what we call the superconscious. Thomas Edison. So Thomas Edison, and we have a story about Thomas Edison
that we're not going to share
that
tonight
we're not going to share tonight because of time. But but if you look at all the great creators that discovered all these advancements that we now get to enjoy, they all receive information, I would say, from what we call the superconscious and it came into their conscious when they were trying to solve or the problems or they were trying to overcome, like in Thomas Edison case. I mean, he did over 1,000 experiments before he finally got his breakthrough. Same thing with the Wright brothers in the flying. Same thing with the Ford, who discovered the what they call the combustible engine and put automobiles into a reality. Whoever, Alexander Graham Bell, who discovered, the secret to bringing telephones into fruition. All these discoveries come through, in many cases, by the aid of our subconscious or direct revelation that comes from divine intelligence. So what does that mean to you and me and Yolanda and the everyday person? It is that when we take actions based on information that we're receiving from the superconscious, we are able to transform the 6 core areas of our life, which we talked about: relationships, time and money, freedom, health and wellness, spiritual awareness, vocation, and service.
Are you done with this?
Yes. And that revelation knowledge is available to all of us. It's available to all of us. And it's, again, revelation is very personal. So in those times in our life where we seem stuck, where we seem like we don't have the answer, like the answer is not coming fast enough, that's where having a practice of quiet time, having a practice of prayer, where we get quiet, where we get still. It is in those moments that through those practice that we become more attuned to the superconscious information and revelation that is available to us to get us, to get us solutions that we need to move forward. So I wanted to add that element to this whole series, because the mind is not just the accumulation of what we can know naturally through our 5 physical senses or our physical mental capacities of what we can interpret from the physical form world itself. But there is a part of our mind that receives revelation directly from the divine.
All right.
And we've all had the experience of that.
Yeah. Dr. Jill, back when you were talking about the constant correction that happens like with a plane, Dr. Jill said course correction is refreshing, keeps us from getting stuck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so wanted to add that element. And if there's any questions about that, you can put them in the comment field, or we're going to have an opportunity for our patrons to have direct questions with Yolanda and I. We're going to be scheduling a patrons Zoom real soon, just for the purpose, it's twofold. And one is to give you the opportunity to address anything that we have shared in this series or other series. And then there's something that we would like to engage you in. And so we'll be sharing that with our patrons and through the patron platform. But with that, honey, what'd you like to add before we go?
Just so happy and grateful that everyone is here. And thank you all for your participation in the chats. It was very lively tonight. So that was great.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you all being with us. We don't take it for granted. We like to end each of the sessions with a blessing. So we like to use the Dalai Lama's loving kindness meditation to do that. So we bless all you who join with us and those that you hold near and dear in your heart.
So may you be truly happy.
May you live in peace.
May you live in love.
May you know the power of forgiveness.
And may you live in the recognition that your life has deep meaning and good purpose.
That's the Dalai Lama. And Oliver and I add to that. May you live in the awareness of who you truly are. We extend this blessing to every planet on every being on the planet and to every planet. How about that?
And to every planet.
And to every planet. And so it is.
And so it is. And with that, thank you so much for being here. You are a powerful people, like we say. You are that powerful people, and we thank you for being here. And with that, I like to say that I'm Oliver.
I'm Yolanda.
And together we are the OK Blues. Bye-bye.
Your sweet love away, but you stay right here beside me, never letting me go. Now I know the love I needed was right here all along. I know that love is enough to forgive all the hurt and pain. Love is enough to remove all the guilt and shame. Love is enough to make up for what you made. I know that love is enough. God's love is enough. God's love is enough. God's love is enough. God's love is enough.